look on the screen with the APA In-Text Citations and the formatting, I am going to walk you through a lesson of how I would teach this. The first thing that I would do would be to have students write down any questions they had about this topic, any kind of past frustrations, problems, reoccurring issues that happen each time they try to write a research paper. I would have students write this down and then take some time to discuss it within the group. They are welcome to add any additional questions and problems, but collaboration with the group is a must. These are some, as a high school teacher, these are some problems that I've seen. Students have asked repeatedly, is how do you cite a quote? That's the big thing, is how do we do this? How do we do this? And then other questions, do I need to include page numbers or authors' names? If I were in a digital classroom as well as in the face, I would definitely encourage students to look upon research and find examples as well. Learn how to utilize resources that are available to them so they can research independently. So if you go online, one website that I have relied on over and over, and I encourage students to, is the online OWL Purdue site. And if you look on there, and it is truly an excellent website, and if you type in APA In-Text Citation, okay, it takes you right in, and you can go on the side menu to every single bit you want, but just the basics down just to start off with. Okay, it goes on with capitalization, quotes, with quotations. One of the easiest ways I have noticed that people can do it, author's last name, year, page number. Boom. That's it. If you're unsure, keep it simple until you get more familiar with it. Another way that is easy is do author's last name, year, page number. There you go. And just try and remember those three elements. However, I would encourage students to go through and then, using their own initiative, Google APA citations and actually find their own sources and find what works for them. Sometimes you're going to find a website and it's going to be, okay, I don't know if I like this. Let's see. How to cite a book. Okay, this breaks it down and gives you, okay, I don't like this. Okay, so that's fine. Go back and pick another one. Pick another site, what works for you. Let's see. And so just go through, okay, so here's one that does it for you. You enter information. I'm all about manual entry, but I think it's important that students know how to do this on their own too as well. So after students went through and discussed their problems and then learned how to utilize digital resources, okay, bookmark at least 4 websites that you can really rely on. And then let's go to some, I would encourage independent practice. Gather articles that you're using for your literature and higher education paper and practice writing in-text citations. Okay, so you can always go back. Another very good place that you can go to is always look for something called the APA sample paper. Okay, there is absolutely no shame in looking at sample papers and actually seeing how they are cited. Okay, so look at, they've got the year, or the author's name, the years. Then you've got the name as well as having the year of publication. Notice right here it says Cummings et al. What that means is that there was more than one author with this work. So after you initially list all the first authors, every time after that, instead of simply writing all of the authors over and over again, you just put et al. Now notice that they do not have the page number. The page number is optional, but it's highly encouraged that you put that in there. Okay, so let's see if we can find the first time. See right here. Cummings, Butler, and Kraut. Instead of putting every single time Cummings, Butler, Kraut, Cummings, Butler, Kraut, just simply the next time after that, it's just Cummings et al. So that is a helpful tip as well. I would definitely suggest going through and finding other sample papers, and always bookmark. Okay, keep it there. You want to have as many kinds of samples, resources available to give you kind of guides. No problem with that whatsoever. Always utilize digital resources. Now, another thing that you do is to learn how to utilize Google Scholar. I'm not going to so much teach you how to write your own reference page. I'm going to teach you how to double check your references that you've already written. I noticed that with my students, one problem is that people often skip the revision stage. They're so exhausted by the time they write their papers, then they just want to submit them so easily. Think about the own struggles that you have when you come down to the reference page. Okay? Not often you don't take the time to really notice all of the details, okay, because at that point you just want to get it done. So here is something that can help you double check your work. So these are two articles that I actually used for my higher education literature paper, and I'm going to show you how you can always go back and double check them. So one of my sources was Teaching Online by M.S. Andrade. I don't think I said that right, but copy the title as well as the author. Okay, go to Google. Okay, copy and paste in, and then look for the scholarly articles link. Hit that, and then right here, look for this keyword site. And right here on the side, it will show you MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, and Vancouver. Okay, and right there is your APA in-text citation. Now, you can just go ahead and copy and paste it into it, or you can use it to check your own citation. Okay, so always make sure that your second line, third line, after that is always indented, double spaced. Okay, make sure you've got the italics for your journal. Okay, additions, page numbers, year of publication, author's last name. Make sure they're in alphabetical order. Okay, it would be at this point I would encourage students to look over their own articles and practice this as well. Look at the sample reference pages, write it, and then utilize Google Scholar to double check their work. Okay, so again, copy and paste. Okay, go to Google. Alright, there's your article. Go to Cite, and there you go. It's written all again. So again, you can use it to double check your format. Make sure that you've included all of the information that you should. And at this point too, I would encourage, to wrap up the lesson, I would encourage students to write down, what did you learn? Was it helpful? Do you have additional questions that need answering? Then I would encourage them to try and find the answers, learning how to utilize the online sources that are available as well. And if they have any questions, we are, of course, feel free to more independently practice or to email the instructor at their convenience, and if they need any one-on-one time. Like I said, I really wish that I could have a face-to-face audience in a classroom. to do that, but unfortunately that's not my option right now. So I really hope this was useful for you. I realize it probably wasn't as specific as some of you need. If you would like to email me to actually get some more help with, if you want me to double check your sources, or if you have any questions about your in-text citations, please feel free to email me about them, and I will, of course, help you out with that. All right, thank you very much.